Hello YouTube, big video here of pickups. Now I did have the intention to have my other video that I had alluded to prepared previously. I had been working on it, but I've been out of town and I was at the 2025 Toronto Fall Expo. It's the Sports Card and Memorabilia Expo, but there is some wrestling there as well. Nothing I picked up over there. I did see a couple of things here and there, but the pricing wasn't quite right for me, but there was some nice stuff. In addition to a lot of the other sports cars and related things, on my other channel I talked about that. But this one here is actually a bunch of different pickups. Some of the stuff that came from COMC, some of the stuff that came from various eBay auctions. So it's actually months worth of stuff. I had alluded to the fact that I had a bunch sitting there that I was waiting on. And then one of my friends from stateside was able to grab a big box of it. It was all consolidated and sent over there, and then they brought it across so that I could claim it. And then ShipMyCards also brought a little small batch, which was also included in this. So I was sorting everything out, and I've gone from being out of town, and now I finally have the chance to sit down and sort through everything the last day or so. Now that all said, I still intend to do that video that I was working on, kind of reimagining what the Upper Deck lineup would look like. That's something I definitely want to do. And I didn't lose sight of it. I did catch it as well, is that the 2025 SP Game Used that Upper Deck released for AEW has also been out there. So we have the checklist now, and it's supposed to release next week. So based on the checklist being out, it means we're on target. So we actually should get a couple of videos here coming up next. What that means, though, is that the checklist video, I do want to take a look at it and do a little breakdown, as I usually do. So that'll take precedence. So after I'm done this one, I'm probably going to start working on that one in order to make sure that video gets put up. And then the other one, kind of reimagining the idea that I have, that's something that's not as time sensitive. So that one will get pushed back a little later, but at least now we have a couple of videos to make on the channel, which is nice. Usually there's some lull periods right now. It's been kind of quiet on the wrestling card side of things for both Upper Deck and for Fanatics. That said, I do have a mix of stuff, so you can see a little bit of it here, which already is a decent stack of cards, so we'll get into that here in a second. But actually, that's only the tip of the iceberg, because I also have this thing right here. I did a little bit of a sort, so now I can at least go through this with you. So this video is going to take a minute. We'll go through some stuff, and then I can finally add the stuff into the Z folios and boxes and wherever it's going to go. So let's get into it here. First one is from the brand new Topps Finest WWE. As I mentioned before, I predominantly collect mostly AEW stuff, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to find the odd thing here and there that I like. And when I was showing you, you kind of caught sight of it. And here is the finishers insert of the $1 Million Man, who's kind of one of my old school favorites. And I love that he's doing the $1 Million Dream there. Obviously thematic with the whole finishers thing, and that's the refractor version. I was able to get this pretty inexpensively, but it's just kind of a nice card. I like the design. And $1 Million Man, what's not to like? Next up, we got a handful of JC Jane cards. I did grab some of the stuff for Topps Finest, so here's the refractor version. We got that. I'm a little bit iffy on the whole washing out everybody in the black and white, but the design's okay. It's one of those things with the refractor shine that looks decent enough anyway. I'm not going to try to remember all the different parallels. I have the checklist of them, so I'll probably scratch those off, but regardless. So here is the refractor out of 75. They are kind of based on the different colors. I don't remember if that's supposed to be orange or whatever it's supposed to be. And they do have them linked as common, uncommon, and such. And they do label it, so the JC Jane here is a common. And they have different tiers and such, depending on the commons and uncommons and rares. Next one here is the out of 25 refractor. So they are numbered there at the top corner. Grabbed a handful of those. And then stick with Panini Prism. I do still grab those from time to time where I can. This is 2023 Prism. It is the gold Prism for this year in this design. Got some good shine on it, numbered to 10. Handful of JC Jane editions there to go along with it as well. Now, I did mention that I try to grab some Jamie Hayter stuff as well. It just kind of gives me something else to collect because a lot of the Britt Baker stuff, I've been able to pick up a lot of it. And you're going to see from that pile that you saw a moment ago in that box, that's all Britt Baker stuff. So we definitely added quite a bit to that collection. So here's a couple of Jamie Hayter things where I try to have a little bit of fun with it. I'm being a lot pickier of it because I'm not trying to get everything. So it's one of those things where I'll grab some stuff here and there where I can. First is 2022 AEW Match Dated Moments. Simple card. Bunch of these lying around. But they're fun cards to have, especially if you got characters that have them. Next one, 2022 as well. The UD exclusive, number 100. Obviously, I got a lot of duplicates of these for Brett. I actually like the design on these this particular year for the exclusives. I think they did a decent job on those. Same year, but this is the Pyro autograph, number 25. So it's a solid ad. In 2022, they didn't label them on the back yet. That would happen a couple of years after. Which honestly is a good addition, including the specific one in the back is always helpful. Then from 2022 Allure, and this one is labeled on the back, we've got the Yellow Taxi for Jamie Hayter. These ones are a little bit tougher than people give them credit for. They are nice ones to add. Yellow Taxi. Then we've got the blue variant, numbered to 35. Like I said, I stand by it. I still think 22 Allure was one of the best examples that they were able to put together. The brand new one's decent as well, but I do really like kind of the stuff they did with this one. I think they did a really good job. Then from 22 Metal Universe, I've got the Turn Up the Heat, but this is the parallel. I think it's the gold parallel, numbered to 25. Got the numbering down there. Solid. These are nice cards. Then from 2024 Upper Deck, we've got the gold version of the playing card. So you got kind of the gaming style cards there with the attributes. A lot of shine on this one. UD exclusive here from 2025. This is the brand new one. I think that image is from the comeback, basically after the long layoff for injury. Brand new set, basically, still. Then we've got some Metal Universe here. And this one, Hater was included in the checklist. You'll see one of these again in a minute. We've got the Cut Above. So this one here is borrowing from the old school. You're going to see there's a bunch of NBA ones, and I think the NFL, and I think they might have had it for baseball as well, but they definitely had it for NBA and also for football. Cut Above there, Jamie Hader, with the die cut and the shine on the front of it. Nice looking cards. I think they did a decent job with these ones. Next up, I got a trio of the Copper FX. I'm thinking about doing the set of them, so I definitely wanted to make sure I had, so I'm going to have duplicates of certain characters. So first we got a Brit, so I needed to have 2 copies of that. Then we got a Hangman, so that's for this checklist as well. And then we got a Jamie Hader, so I wanted to make sure I had all that covered. I'll double check how the checklist is doing and kind of scratch some numbers off. Probably make a little bit more of an aggressive play to pick those up. And then from the same Metal Universe, I also was able to get the red PMG. Number to 100. And here's one that I still need for Brett, is the green PMG. I was able to get that one for Hater. Number to 10. For that one, not a ton of quantity, but some good quality, some nice cards that I liked, and some numbered cards, and a whole variety of different things. Now we get into the Brick Baker stuff. And for some of these, in some cases, it's hoarding, just adding additional cards, like I need another copy of these things. But for the most part, the majority of these are brand new and stuff I knocked off the checklist. So first couple here are hoarding. It is 2024 exclusives. I have copies of this one. Number 200. I'll just add that one to the pile. And these ones I got on COMC, they were super cheap. Part of the reason, by the way, that I usually will grab multiple copies of some of these is if they're super cheap, then I don't really care. I'll just grab an extra one. It's just amusing to me. From 22 Allure, the Ice Cream blue version, numbered to 35. So there's one. Here's 2, in addition to the ones I already have. So these numbered to 35. This one I believe I have as well, 2024 Black Diamond, and it is the Squared Circle Gems, and it is the red version. Number 25. That was the bookmark there. That's 25 of 25. Those ones should all be duplicates. Now we get into the ones that are new. First is 2020 Leaf Ultimate. I try to grab these where I can. This is the red version of it, and it is Britt Baker and Penelope Ford, number 7. Don't really need these graded, but in this case, that's what they had it at. And I picked that up on eBay. Scratch that one off the checklist. Then the first one that we'll include here, I kind of put these in semi-order with the flagship and then some of the other ones. First one here is from 2022 Upper Deck. This is actually one of the buybacks, and it is hand-numbered. So we got the gold paint pen, hand-numbered to 10. Probably one of my favorite Brit base cards, just with the image included with the blood and guts. Thematically appropriate since we've got the theme night coming back pretty soon. I think it's the next week or so. So I guess pretty appropriate that we got that one. And also kind of, actually I almost forgot, I have mentioned this before, but also one of the other little bonuses is that it's also kind of this image from the original base card is also kind of the debut of Julia Hart, who will actually be in the blood and guts match. So there's a little bit of extra thematic appropriateness there for you. Next up here, some stuff that I was filling in the gaps. Some of these were not on the checklist, but obviously the cards exist, so if I can pick them up, I can. First one is from 2023. This is the Pack Wars variation. So it looks exactly like the base card, except it has the Pack Wars logo there on the bottom. And then obviously a different back here to include pack orders information. Kind of an interesting thing that Upper Deck created, so I picked that one up. And then same thing, 2023, this is the teal variant. I think these are EPAC exclusive. So I do try to keep my eyes out for these. They do make different ones for different years, so you got to keep your eyes open for these. It's a little bit tougher if you're not constantly paying attention because it's not going to be part of the regular set. And then this one, I just happened upon two of them. I was able to get my hands on them. They have a variant called the Orange Pile Driver. So here are two of those. These ones got a little extra shine, which is actually kind of fun. I do like that. Number 25. So there's two of those. And they do label them on the back, which is nice. So Orange Pile Driver variants. Then believe it or not, I didn't actually have a copy of this. And even in the boxes I opened, I wasn't able to pull one from 2025. Here from the start. Just the base insert. Needed a copy of that. Backstage Chatter, still from Flagship. This is the red retail variant. A little bit of shine on that one. Then the red memorabilia, the matte version. You know the price tag. I just got that one off of eBay. So matte red, included that one. This one's got a nice story. This was actually through some mutual friends and association. But what I can tell you is that this card was actually owned by Luke the Cardist. So if you know anything about kind of the current Upper Deck stuff that they're doing with different art-based cards, and also if you pay attention to what the new Allure is going to do as far as doing the color flows, the imagery in the background is Luke the Cardist. So this card actually belonged to Luke the Cardist, and I was able to get that through mutual friends in this case. So it does have that little extra element to it, which is kind of fun, but it is a card that I also really wanted. And it is from the 2025 Flagship, and it's a Double or Nothing, but the variant that's numbered to 52. Some really cool flash there. That's a great looking card, actually. Big fan of that one. Story-wise, I'll leave it at that, but I just thought that was kind of fun that there's a little bit of provenance to that one. Next up is Copper FX, just like the one you saw a moment ago. So one goes in the PC, and the other one is for the set that I'm thinking about working on. Then we've got the Purple FX, and that one is numbered to 199. Slowly filling those in. Gotta have a red PMGs. Follow that up. So for this one, I'm looking for the green. Of course, I would love to get the gold, but it's one of those things where just keep your eyes open. You're looking for it. Then we got the Silver FX Auto. This is slightly short printed. So we got the autograph is going along with it as well, and I appreciate that it's labeled. Sticking with Metal Universe, how about some of the inserts? Premium TV Performers. Looks nice with a little bit of shine on it. Blast Furnace. So now I'm looking for some of the variants as well for some of these. Blast Furnace at least has a little bit of shine going on it as well. Then we got a group of the Ring Heroes, starting with the base version. Then I think this is the gold, numbered to 99. So we got that there, numbering there at the bottom. The black, numbered to 10. That one doesn't stand out too much because there isn't a lot of shine on these particular ones. Some of the other ones have a little bit more than others, but the one for Brit is very limited. So you have to kind of be paying attention to the numbering on those. Then in the same vein, I was thinking about doing the EX Sentry. So in that case, I need 2 copies. One for the binder, and then one for the set itself with the rest of the Brit cards. Did get my hands on the Essential Credentials Future. One of the variations there. Number to 88. And while we're at it, why don't we get 2? This one I only have one of, but it is one of the ones that you're looking for. It is the Essential Credentials Now. So I did explain the whole thing about the numbering going in 2 different directions. So since the first one is 88, this one actually is number 13 to match with the card number 13. So that's the tougher of the 2 to pick up. Then we've got our 2013 design, the Retro. These ones are nice. They've got quite a bit of art going for them. The red PMG to go along with that. Red PMGs following the same numbering scheme, number 200. With this one, though, we can also get the blue PMG. That one's numbered to 50. And for this one, then, I'm looking for the green PMG. And again, would love to have the gold, but looking for the green specifically in this case. Next up here, following, same as the Jamie Hayter, we got the cut above. So Brit is in that checklist as well. So now I have both of those. This one's a tough one as always, the Jambalaya. Gotta have that. Now I got some Allure cards that I'm going to go over with you. We're going to start off with 2022 Allure, in this case. This is one that I've been looking for, and this one, fortunately I was able to get it, and unfortunately it's not the way I exactly would want it, so I might want to get a second copy as well. But I was able to get the Tooth and Nails. In this case, we do have the high number and the low number, so in this case, the low number is the one that I was looking for. So here's the Tooth and Nails, which are really nice. They're super tough, the odds, very long odds on these ones. This one, the person actually got autographed, which actually made me a little hesitant to make a big offer on it because realistically, while I don't mind having autographed Brit cards, I honestly think it kind of detracts from this image on there. So preferably at some point I would love to have just a regular version without the autograph on it, because I think the Tooth and Nail is already a nice card without it. You really, if you're going to get something autographed, pick something else, especially if it looks like the paint pen is starting to wear down a little bit. It actually doesn't add to the aesthetic of the card. I'd rather you just leave it alone. It's already a tough card as it is. But I wanted to have one for the collection, so in this case, that's the first one that I've been able to probably at least make an offer on and get in my hands. Next up was the Purple Diamond Auto. I was pretty sure I actually had this one, but I decided not to take the chance, so it is number 10. But I think the one I have is maybe the other version, because there's the vertical and the horizontal, so I might have the other variant, and maybe I'm just thinking I had it the whole time. Just to be on the safe side, I picked it up. Then for the next year of Allure, we've got a couple different things. So believe it or not, I did not have the base card, so I needed that one, even though I opened some boxes. Wasn't able to get one. Then we got the Orange Slice. Wasn't able to get that one either. Crimson. So they're the parallel. The checklist, some of these are a little tougher. This one is an e-pack exclusive if you did the combination and combined some cards. You got the Sunrise. They do label these on the back, so at the top there. So you can see what they are. The Black and Blue with the tracks pattern, number 35. And this is a nice pair here, the Purple Diamond. Those are fun. Number 10. And then to match that other one that I showed you, the Purple Diamond Auto from the newer one. Also number 10. So you got both versions. Then how about a printing plate? We'll add that as well. One of one on that, and this is the cyan printing plate. One thing that's a little odd is that the autograph, obviously, you see, it's a little different. That's the first of these that I've seen, but I know where the source came from, and it's just odd that specifically it was autographed that way this time. Just very strange. Nonetheless, it is the one of one, so there you go. Now here's a cool one I was waiting on. I did pick this one up a while ago. This one had actually been sitting at ShipMyCards for a while. And this is from the Black Diamond series, and it is the Jumbo Relics with the autograph. I think they did a great job on the design of this with the exquisite. Looks great. Of course, you prefer it to be on card, especially since it's so high-end, this particular one. But nonetheless, it's still a nice-looking card. And the patch piece, the shirt, is kind of a nice one. The Jumbo Relic. And that is numbered to 10. So just down at the bottom. So with all that, there is one more card left that I wanted to save until the very end. So I kind of sorted through it. I showed you the memorabilia cards, I showed the autographs, low numbers, but this is one that actually came across eBay, and I was very surprised when I saw it, and I was super happy about it. Obviously, I've got different one-of-ones in the collection, and I try to get ones where I can, if the opportunity presents itself. But some of the older issues, one of the things I talked about on different videos, is some of them just don't get opened enough. Some stuff that, you would think by now it would have at least surfaced somewhere in somebody's collection. It just doesn't seem to. So in the beginning of October, this one actually showed up on eBay. And it was a bit of a surprise for me because this is from 2022. So it's the second year of Upper Deck Flagship for AEW. And I had all the cards to complete the rainbow for this one, except for this one. And that is the main features. So here is the gold main features, one of one. So you can see there on the side the numbering. And it does have a little shine there with the rainbow foil and the numbering. You got a nice shimmer going with it. The only downside is that it does have a little damage up top. But given it's a one of one, I really wasn't too worried about that. I was able to get it for what I felt was a fair price. And apparently from what the seller was saying in their description, they had only pulled it a couple of weeks before I was able to purchase it. So it had been sitting in a box, I guess, somewhere since 2022 or thereabouts. I know these were all delayed, but whenever 2022 actually came out, it had been sitting this entire time and nobody had been pulling it. So this card now I can add to the collection, which is a really great piece that I want to add because I actually really do like the design of the main features this particular year. So definitely that is the main card that I'm going to have here at the end. There's a bunch of really good ones, honestly, so I can't complain. We'll include this one as well, the Exquisite card. That's an awesome piece. Not to be left out, why don't we include one of the Jamie haters here. So there you have it, a whole bunch of different pickups. We covered different character PCs, different eras, different sets, especially a lot of the stuff in the AW one, all the way from basically from the second year flagship, basically to the current. Autographs, memorabilia, the whole nine. And a couple of one-of-ones to finish things off as well. So I said I wanted to make sure I get all these pickups included so that I can start putting some of this stuff away. So now we've got that. It's going to be a while before I do another major mail day because obviously this covered months worth of different pickups, but it was really great to get a lot of this stuff knocked off the checklists. With that said, that's it for this one. More videos will be coming up on the channel, as I said. My next plan is going to be to take a little time to break down the checklist for the SP game used, since that's coming up shortly. And then more than likely, I'll get a box or two to open on the channel, so that'll probably happen as well. And then I'd still like to finish off that other video that I was working on. But at least now we have this pickup video, and for sure we're going to have the checklist one and maybe a couple of box breaks. So at least we've got some stuff happening on the channel now as we get into the middle of November, into the holiday season. And with that, hopefully you enjoyed. Like if you liked the video, subscribe to the channel. Thanks very much, and we'll catch you in the next one.